Hello, everybody. I'm on this YouTube page to tell my story. In 2016, I was drugged and raped at Cobblestone Bar in this city where I live at. So back then, I was working weekends all the time. I never had the weekend off. So I decided to take the weekend off to relax and enjoy myself. So I decided to go out May the 21st on a Saturday to a club named Cobblestone here where I live at in this city. So I got my mom to pray for me before I went out. Asked my mom, if God tells you anything, let me know. If I shouldn't go out, let me know. I just want to make sure I'm safe. Okay. I got a tarot card reading that day from these people from Brooklyn that I always order stuff from. So the person gave me a reading and he told me go out, let your hair done, everything's gonna be okay. You ain't gonna have to worry about nothing. Enjoy yourself, girl. Have fun. Everything's good. And the reason why I got prayer and got a reading before I went out is because I was always being harassed by my people, by black men. And it's all because I don't date black men anymore. I only date Puerto Rican men. So black men are upset about that. And it's not that I don't date black men or I don't want a relationship with black men or I don't want to marry black men. That's not why they was upset. They was upset because I didn't want to have sex with them anymore. And let me clear this up before I go on with this story. I wasn't the type of person that was going around having sex with a whole bunch of black men or having sex with a whole bunch of people. No, I wasn't having sex with anybody. I haven't had sex for 3 years. Prior to me not having sex for 3 years, I was only having sex with one person. So I don't know why these men in this city where I grew up at, where I lived at all my life, was upset. These was people that I didn't know. The black men that was upset is the black men that I didn't know, that I didn't know. Other black men that I did know that I grew up with, they was upset, but they wasn't the ones bothering me and harassing me. I would get harassed. Black men would drive down the street and grit on me and try to bully me. They would harass me at the bars and the clubs and stuff like that. So I stopped going to the clubs where they have a whole bunch of black people in it. I started going to Latin clubs because when I went to Latin clubs, I would not be harassed like that. So I went out, and this club that I went to, Cobblestone, it has 2 floors. It has the downstairs was mainly the black where black people was at, and they would have rap music and stuff like that. And then second floor was the where the Latin music was at, and I will always go up there. So I've been to this club a couple times before. I wasn't there all the time, but I've been there a couple times before. I wasn't a regular. I also been there when they had concerts there because this club also had concerts there. And the person who would put the concert together and would be all there all the time when the doors open for when they had the clubs open when they didn't have concerts is somebody that I knew from many years ago when I used to go to the Legion. This person used to DJ at the Legion here where I live at. So I didn't know this person, like I didn't hang with him, but I knew of him from being at the Legion all the time when I was younger, like when I was like 21 and stuff like that. So I never had a problem with this person ever in my life. I never did anything wrong to him. I mean, back in the 90s, this person came to my house, been to my house before one time. So let me get to what happened. So at 11:50 or 11:55, I leave out my door. I have my mace on me. I have 2 cell phones on me. I'm prepared for anything to happen. So I get to Cobblestone. I say I got there probably like um I don't know, like 11. I think I left my house at 11:50, so I might have got there like 11:55 or something like that, close to 12 o'clock. And I go in there, everything's the same. I don't feel different, none of that. So I go in there and I see the guy that is always there. Um, the bachelors are always there like they always are. And when I get to the cobblestone, I see a cop car out front of cobblestone, and I'm like, I said out loud, I was like, oh, I'm glad the cop car is out front of here. I feel safe now knowing that the police is out front of this place, this club. And so I go in there and I say hi to the guy that put all this together, because he's always there. So I say hi to him, give him a hug like I always do. I go upstairs to the Latin where they have the Latin night at up there. And I go up there and the doors is locked. So I thought that was kind of suspicious. Like, what's going on? That's usually open. And wasn't nobody really there when I got there. And I was like, well, clubs don't start popping into probably like 12 something, you know what I mean? 1 o'clock, somewhere around there. So, but I thought that was suspicious. So I came down and I asked the bartender, was a Puerto Rican lady and a Puerto Rican guy, and I asked her, why is the doors locked up there? What happened? And she was telling me, she said something about the DJ quit. I believe she said the DJ quit or something like that. I think she said the DJ quit. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna stay here. And it wasn't nobody. It was just like a couple men there. I don't remember seeing any women there. It was just like a couple men there. And so, I sat there. I had my little beer first, because I always buy a pitcher, and I had my gin and juice. And the Puerto Rican guy behind the bar, he made my gin and juice for me. It was three black guys across from me, and these are the black guys that brought the drugs in. And so the Puerto Rican guy made my drink too strong. And so the Hispanic Puerto Rican woman that was working behind there made me another drink. And I told her to make it, don't put a lot of liquor in it, because I had gin and juice. I said, don't put a lot of liquor in it, but make it strong, but make it where I can't taste the liquor, because I don't like gin and juice where any liquor that I can taste, I don't like it. She said, okay, I'm gonna hook you up. So the three black guys that was there, okay, and then the guy that I knew, which they call him DJ Smash, just when I was drinking and I was enjoying myself by myself, all of a sudden he just came out of nowhere and he was standing behind me, and he's real big and I'm small. I'm only 5'1". So he's real big and he's tall. And so he's standing behind me and just looking at me mean, like he's like trying to bully me. So I turn around, I'm thinking he's just playing. So I'm like, what the hell wrong with you? And I'm like, get out of here. What's wrong with you? And he's not saying nothing. He's just looking at me real mean and just looking at me like he's trying to bully me. And so I go to stand up, and that's how close he was to me. That when I went to stand up, I was against the bar. And then when I seen he was serious and he was trying to bully me and he had me pinned against the bar, I'm like, what the hell going on? At this time, I didn't know I was drugged. So I didn't know they put drugs in my drink at this time. So out of nowhere, I just fell. Bam. And I fell on, how the bar stool has where you can put your foot at? I fell on that. And I couldn't get up. I could not get up. So I scooted my butt over away from him. And I went to try to get up. And the three black guys that was sitting across, the one black guy came over and he took the chair and he pushed the chair against the bar stool to try to lock me in there. And I'm like, what like, what's going on? Like, stop. Trying to get out of there. So I couldn't stand up at all. It's like my legs wouldn't move. So I took my hand and I pulled myself up and I sat on the bar stool. I'm still not realizing that I'm drugged. I don't know what's going on at this point. So I asked the girl, I'm like, I asked a Puerto Rican woman that worked behind the bar, I said, no, I took out my phone and I tried to call the cops, but my phone wouldn't work. So I took out my other phone and that phone was dead. Both of my phones was dead. I charged my phone up completely before I left the house. I made sure I had everything right. Both of my phones was dead, completely dead. So I asked the Puerto Rican girl, I said, can I use your phone? I'm calling the cops. And she was like, oh, we don't have a phone. We don't have a phone. I know you have a phone. That's a lie because I've been here before. Well, can I use your cell phone? I don't have one. So nobody wouldn't allow me to use a phone or anything. So at this time, I know something's wrong, but I don't know. I'm still like not knowing why this DJ Smash is doing this and acting like this. So he finally walked away from me, and um, I'm like, what's wrong with him? Why is he acting like that? Like, I didn't do anything to him. What's going on? So everybody trying to make it like, oh, everything's okay. Basically, oh, he's just in a bad mood, or he just, they just try to shrug it off. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe he was just playing, and I just took it a different way, because before I got there, I had drunk me a 6-pack. So I was like, maybe I'm just making, something out of nothing. So I just let it go, and I continue on drinking. The Spanish girl made me another drink. At the time, I didn't know this, but this Puerto Rican girl that worked behind the bar, excuse me, the 3 black guys that was sitting there, the one black guy, he was putting little bits of dope in my alcohol at a time, like he was putting little bits. The Spanish girl got tired because it wasn't affecting me quick enough for her, so she took the whole bag of dope and poured the whole thing in my drink. And the dope, it was like, if you're good with that, it was like almost filled up to the top. So she grabbed the whole thing from him and poured the whole thing in there because it wasn't affecting me quick enough for her. So they poured that in my drink, and I drunk it, and I was tasting it. I was like, this tastes sweet. I never taste gin and juice that tastes like this. You made it real good. And so I got close to the bottom, and it was like powdery type stuff or something. And I'm like, why is it powdery like that? I was like, is that because did you use because back in my days, remember how they had Kool-Aid and shit, and sometimes the powder would be stuck down there. So I was thinking maybe I said, did you use Kool-Aid or something? And she was like, oh yeah, I used this stuff and da, 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 da. And just start telling a whole bunch of lies, which I didn't know at the time. So I drank the whole goddamn thing. I was like, that shit's good. I didn't know that it was drugs. So I'm drugged up. I'm drugged up. These people, like, was the one Spanish guy came over to me. I don't remember what was said. He grabbed me by my arm, and when he grabbed me by my arm to take me in the back, where like the bathroom, the women's bathroom was here, and then the kitchen was back there. When he grabbed me by my arm, he grabbed me and I fell because I was drugged, and he started dragging me on the ground. And I was trying to tell him, you dragged me, and I was trying to get up, and I couldn't get up. And so we get back there, and I'm so dizzy that I fell a couple times. And I remember talking to him, and I remember telling him, it's a guy back there in the kitchen that's watching us. And he kept saying, no, it's not. No, it's not. We're good. No, it's not. We're good. We're good. We're good. And then the guy came out of nowhere, and I said, I told you it was a guy back there watching us. And I'm drugged up. I know something wrong. I'm like, something don't feel right. And I'm telling him, like, what's going on? And so him and the guy, they got to talking in Spanish or whatever. So I made my way back to the bar stool to sit down. And I fell. I kept falling. Every time I would try to walk, I would fall. When I went to the bathroom and I came out the stool, I fell. And all these Spanish girls that was there, they was just watching me. They knew that I was drugged. And they just watching me and just kept watching me. And they see me falling, and they see me laying on the bathroom floor, and I couldn't get up. And I finally pulled myself up. And it's like every time I walk, I would fall. So I remember being on the dance floor, and these Spanish women in a circle, and I kept falling. and falling and falling and falling. I remember dancing with a Spanish man and I fell and he left me on the dance floor. And I remember this black girl that worked at Cobblestone. She was there. Now she usually works upstairs where the Latin people are at. But she just came out of nowhere because she wasn't there when I first got there. And I kept saying her name, like I kept saying hi to her because every time I see her, I would say hi to her. She would speak to me. We wouldn't hold like a long conversation, but we would say hi to each other. And she was always nice to me. So I didn't have a problem with her. So she would not speak to me. She would not say hi to me. She looked at me mean, like, bitch, don't talk to me. I don't know you type of look. And I'm like, what's going on? And um she really didn't want to look at me, like she would hold her head down. And I asked a Spanish girl that worked behind the bar, what's wrong with that person? And I said her name. I said, why is she acting like that? She don't never act like that with me. Oh, she's having a bad day. She just made up all these lies. Come to find out that this person knew what they was going to do. She knew I was going to be drugged and raped, and that's why she was acting like that towards me. So, anyways, the last time I passed out, I woke up with a midget guy on top of me, raping me. And then, and I'm thinking, I'm trying to fight him off of me. So I'm saying, stop. And he's repeating everything I said. Stop. I said, no. He's like, no. He's repeating everything I said. So I'm being raped by this Puerto Rican midget guy. And then I think I blacked out. I don't know what happened after that. Next thing I know, it was all kinds of men in that room where I was at. I remember being tied up, like my arms was tied up, my legs was tied up, and you know how your arms and legs be tied up on that one thing, and it holds your legs open and your arms open. And the only way you can like shut your legs and your arm, you have to bring it close together. You ever see them weights when you put it on your legs and your arm, and you shut your arms and your legs like that? That's what I believe they had me on. But I was tied up on that. So the only way I could shut my legs and my arm, if I brought my legs and my arm together like you do them weights. And so I was being raped by different people, by black men. I remember black men. I remember Spanish men. I don't remember no white man raping me, but white man could have been there. And I just don't remember because some of the stuff, because of the drugs, I have amnesia and I don't remember everything. So I was being raped over and over and over again by these people. I was molested by a Spanish woman. She stuck her tongue in my pussy hole and was playing with my nipple. I was molested by her. I don't remember being molested by any other woman. Um, like this was a terrible night for me. These people kept raping me over and over and over again in my butt, in my ass. Oh, excuse me, in my butt, in my anus, maybe in my mouth. I don't remember about that. And these Spanish men, when they was raping me, they was making it like they was making love to me. You know how you make love to people and you kiss them all over? That's what them Spanish men was doing to me. Like I was willing to fuck them. And so I was just being rape after rape after rape. I remember going to the window and I remember screaming out the window at this white lady and this white guy and these I think it was other people down there. And I said, they drugged me, they raped me, they held me hostage, they won't let me leave because somebody called the cops. Um, I remember them taking me in the bathroom and telling me to step in a tub or a shower. I'm not quite sure what it was. I remember I couldn't get my feet over the tub or the shower, whatever that was, because I was so drugged up. I couldn't move my legs. I kept falling. I couldn't do anything. So, anyways, um, I remember bits and pieces of things. I could have sworn I remember police officers being there and leaving me there, but I don't know if I'm not sure if that was a hallucination or what. But anyways, when it was all done and over with, somebody, I don't know, remember who it was, came in there and told me to hurry up and get dressed and was saying like, hurry up, get dressed, and like rushing me. and I was trying to get my clothes on. I kept falling because, like I said, when they drugged me, it like it felt like my legs was paralyzed. Like I couldn't. Every time I would stand up, I would fall down. So I finally got dressed, and soon as I was leaving out the door, the midget guy came. Which at the time I didn't know he was a midget, because not only when they drugged me that they messed up my memory, but they messed up my eyesight. I couldn't see certain people. I couldn't see certain people. I could. And so, anyways, he came and he was grabbing me, being aggressive and trying to grab me and pulling me down the steps. And I'm saying to the security guards, help, help, help. And all they did was pat me on my back and said, everything gonna be all right. So I got raped by the security guards. I got raped by everybody that was there. Okay. So I get to the bar stool and I sit there and I'm thinking, how am I going to leave here? How am I going to escape these people? Because these people would not let me leave. They was holding me hostage. Like they was going to do other shit to me. And I said, you know what? I can't barely walk, but I'm going to have to make my escape. So I remember a Spanish guy coming over to me and saying, don't leave, mommy, don't leave, just wait right here. I'm going to play pool or something. Like I was, like everything was cool. So I'm like, I got to make my escape. So I see nobody was around and I hurry up and jumped up. Because the first time when I tried to jump up and leave, they caught me. But this time I see nobody was around. Hurry up and got up, and I hurry up and walked out that fucking door. And I walked out the door and I seen this two security guards standing there. And I remember leaving out the door, and I remember telling the guy, DJ Smash, I said, I'm calling the cops and have you arrested. I'm having y'all arrested. And so I was on my way to the police station, and the police station right around the corner from there. It's not far. And so I'm walking, this Spanish guy comes out the door, mommy, mommy, mommy. And so I turn around, I put my middle finger up at him. And so I'm on my way to the police station. Don't you know? I don't know what happened to my memory. It just like went away like that. Next thing I know, it's like a spirit grabbed me. And the next thing I know, I'm walking a different way. And the whole time I'm walking down here, I'm falling, getting back up, falling, getting back up. I'm drugged up. I'm drugged. And these Spanish guys in the car, they pull up alongside of me at the light and was looking at me mean and gritting on me and trying to intimidate me and trying to bully me. And I said, I'm calling the cops. So I proceeded on walking home, and this is a long walk because I got a long street to get. The street where I live at is really long. So I finally almost halfway there. My bladder is so full. It felt like my bladder was just going to bust. So I couldn't get my clothes off. Like I was drugged. I kept falling. I had no other choice but to pee on myself. So that's what I did. Loosen up my bladder. I finally got home because it was around the corner from my house. I must have fell in my door because I had my hair was sprayed purple. So I must have fell on my door because I remember waking up the next day and seeing purple stuff on my doorknob, purple stuff on my shower curtain, and purple stuff just everywhere on the walls and shit. So I probably was falling in the house and everything. Okay. About time I got to the house, my memory, I forgot everything. I didn't remember anything that happened that night. Before I got home, I completely forgot. I was supposed to call the ambulance when I got home because remember my phone died. So my plan was to call the ambulance and have them call the cops and have these people arrested. Before I got home, no lie, my memory was gone completely. I forgot everything. Amnesia. I got amnesia. It was gone. I fall asleep, I wake up, my legs are feeling sore, like if I was doing exercise with my legs or something. You know how you don't do exercise in a long time, your legs be sore and it feel like your muscles pull. That's how I felt. But when I first woke up, I thought I couldn't move my legs. It felt like when you have an epidural, when you in labor, and they tell you don't move your legs. And you know how the one time when that happened to me, my legs, I couldn't move my legs. That's how that felt. And I was like, oh shit, I can't move my legs. And so I moved my leg a little bit, and then I can move my leg. And I got up and felt like my legs was like I was doing exercise with my legs and stuff like that. And so, anyways, to make a long story short, I didn't remember anything. My memory came back when I went to work Monday. This girl, Spanish girl, in receiving at the store where I worked at, she had her phone up on this panel, and I see my face with porn music in the background. And you know how they have your face going around in a circle? That's how I was looking. And she was saying to somebody else, because her back was turned, and she was saying like, her eyes is glossy. Look, her eyes is glossy. Her eyes are glossy. So when I seen that, I looked. I said, I know that's not me. That can't be me. And that's when some of my memory just start coming a little bit, just coming together like that. That's why I'm snapping, because that's how my memories start coming together. And at this time, I ain't working. I'm doing custodian work, and I'm starting to remember what happened to me. I start to remember a little bit of what happened. I start remember these people drugged me. So I went to the police station. It was a black lady sitting there, and I asked her, could I speak to a police officer? Because back in the 80s, when in this city where I lived at, when they used to have the police, New York City police. If you walk up to the desk, it's always a police officer right there to help you. It's not like that anymore. Now they have a secretary there, and they have all the doors locked, and the only way you can get in if you be buzzed in. So I walked up to her and I asked her. I told her I would like to speak to an officer, and she said, "What's this concerning?" I said, "This is concerning somebody." I said, "This is concerning assault," and she said, "Assault on who?" I said, "I was drugged and raped," and she said, "Oh no, you can't speak to a police officer about that." And I said, "What? You can't? Nope, you ain't allowed to speak to a police officer like that." And I was like, "Well, can you send one to my house?" "Nope, you can't send none to your house about nothing like that." I said, "Well, I'm trying to report that I was drugged and raped." "Nope, you can't speak to a police officer like that." She would not let me speak to a police officer. I left out the door, went home, I believe I came back to the police station a couple times after she turned me down. She turned me down again. So I called the same lady. I believe it was the same lady because she had the same voice. And she told me the same thing. "No, you can't speak to a police officer." She wouldn't let me talk to the police officer. She wouldn't let me talk to the chief of police or none of that. And so I decided the next day to call real early in the morning. I said maybe somebody else might be there early in the morning. So I called real early in the morning. I got a different woman because her voice was different. And I said, "I need to speak to a police officer." And she said concerning, no, I said, "I need to speak to the chief of police." And she said, "Concerning what?" And I said, "I was drugged and raped." And she paused for a long time. And I said, "Hello? Hello? Hello?" And she was like, "Yeah, hello?" And I said, "Yes, I need to speak to the chief of police." And she was like, "What is this guy?" I said, "I was drugged and raped. I want to speak to the chief of police." And I told her, I said, "I already came to the police station and I explained my story about the black woman that wouldn't let me speak to a police officer and wouldn't let me report this crime that was committed against me." And so she said, hold on. And she was going for a while, and she came back and she was like, "Hello, hello," like basically acting like she didn't hear me. And I said, "I'm right here." And she said, um, "Okay, Sandra. Okay. I'm gonna send you to his voicemail." And I said, "All right." So she sent me to his voicemail. I left this chief of police messages on his voicemail about this. Brief messages and messages about this. Never got a return call back. I went I my neighbor, this white woman, told me, I told her my story, and she was like, "I was raped too by a sex offender." And this detective, um, Detective Howard, he's real good. She gave me his car and said, "Call him." So me not knowing that this detective and these police were all in on covering up this crime, they was in on this. I didn't know that at the time. So I called him, left him a message, a brief message. He called me back. My son answered the phone. I'm standing there next to my son, listening to the whole conversation. I get on the phone with the detective, and he says, "Your son told me don't know Sandra Brown live here." I said, "My son didn't tell you that," because I was standing right next to him the whole time he was talking. I said, "I didn't hear him say that." "Yeah, that's what he said." I said, "My son didn't say that. I was right here." And I was like, "Well, maybe when I didn't walk away from my son, but I kind of walked like next to him, but I could still hear his conversation. And it wasn't a long conversation. And so I said, I ain't trying to debate with this. And so I just let it go, and I told them, asked them, can I come down? Because I would like to file charges on these people for drugging and rape me at Cobblestone. I believe this might have been the next, I don't know if this was 3 weeks later or a week later. It wasn't too long later, though. I know that. And so this app happened May the 21st, 2016. So it might have been the beginning of June or before then, because that's the end of the month. Anyways, so I told them I'm walking, so give me some time to get there. So I go down there, and I get there, and that black woman there, the one that said I couldn't speak to nobody, and I said, and she just like, shh, like basically, what are you here for again? Like basically looking at me like I'm still not going to let you speak to nobody. And I said, I'm here to speak to Detective Howard. And she looked shocked, like, what? I said, she said, do he know you're coming? I said, yep, I just got off the phone with him. So she took a while before she got up. She got up, she went back there, and he came out and let me in. He opened the door for me. I walked in. I shook his hand, and he tried to intimidate me. He shook my hand really hard, and I was like, why would you shake my hand hard like that? I said, you don't shake a woman's hand hard like that. That hurt it. And he said underneath his breath, you better be glad I didn't break your hand. And I said, excuse me, what did you say? So he didn't say nothing. So we go back in this room where they got a long table and a couple chairs, and they got some desks where you keep your files at. They got like I think two of them in there, and they had surveillance camera up there that's supposed to be on 24 hours and never allowed to be turned off. So we get back there, and I start telling him what happened. I told him I want to file charges. I gave him DJ Smash's name and everything. At the time, I didn't have the other people's name, but I assured him I can get them other people's name. And so, anyways, to make a long story short, so I started explaining to him what happened, and he started laughing. So he would put his head down, he'd pick his head back up, and he would laugh. And then I would start talking again, and he did this like 3 times. And not trying to be conceited or nothing, I'm a beautiful woman, and that's why everybody's jealous of me. So I know it's not about my face, and I'm not saying just because I'm beautiful or nothing. I'm just wanted to point that out. Anyways, he was laughing. That's not important, but he started laughing. He started laughing like 3 times. He excused himself out the room. He shut the door, and I heard him laugh louder, and I heard a couple other people laughing with him. To my understanding, only cops are allowed back there. So I'm thinking these must be cops laughing. So he comes back in, and he asked me a couple questions, and I start talking to him and telling him like things that I remember. And he looked at me and said, why don't you like black men? Yes. What does that? I said, what does that got to do with anything? And this is not a black cop. This is a white detective. This is not that black detective. This is a white detective asking me that. And if you, like I told you previously, black men were mad because I didn't want to have sex with them because I liked it Spanish men. And at the time when they raped me, I wasn't having sex with anybody. Nobody. I didn't have sex in 3 years. So it ain't like I was throwing my pussy to everybody or throwing around my pussy to black men, and that's why they was mad because I stopped fucking them. It ain't like I was a prostitute, a drug addict, or a call girl, or a stripper, or a porn star. I was none of that. I was a regular person working 9 to 5, living my life, hanging out by myself, didn't have no male friends, wasn't having sex, didn't have no female friends, never bothered nobody, wasn't fucking nobody's man, wasn't talking to nobody's husband, none of that. None of that. And like I told you, these black men were upset with me because I didn't want to have sex with them. And I was always being harassed because I liked Puerto Rican men. And they would get mad because I would turn down their advances. And say, no, thank you. I can't say it no nicer than that. I mean, I had black men wanting to beat me up, punch me in my face. This one guy saved my life. Because this black guy, when I was walking down the street, and these black guys was like, that's a girl that don't like black men. And some of these people knew me for a long time and everything. And some of them didn't know me. I didn't know none of these people. And these wasn't like, everybody wasn't young heads. They was old heads. They was people in their 40s and 30s and on up. No lie. So I'm walking, and I'm like, okay, I got my mace on me. I gotta get my mace ready. So this guy follows me to where I'm going, and luckily this other guy speeds up on his bike and jumps off of his bike because the guy was coming across the street to punch me in my face. And I never did anything to this black guy. I've never seen this black guy before. I don't know this black guy. And he got mad when they said that's the girl that don't like want to fuck black men. He's like, I'm gonna fuck that bitch up. I'm gonna go punch her in her face. And all the black men was cheering him on. Yeah, go ahead. So I'm like, okay, I got my mace. Okay, sister, you got your mace. So I'm watching my back. This guy followed me. He didn't go the same way I went. He went a different way. And like I said, this city is small. So this black guy, he goes a different way. He's way bigger than me and everything. So this guy speeds up on his bike before he gets by me, and he drops his bike. And this guy is shorter than this other guy, real tall, that wanted to assault me, and real big. And this guy is shorter. And he said, I heard him say, "Fight me, motherfucker, fight me. How you gonna hit a girl?" Da, da, da. And I heard him like cussing them out and all that. And I heard the black guy say, "She don't like black men." He was like, "So what? She don't want to fuck black men." He said, "So what, nigga?" And the guy was like, "Why you trying to defend her?" He said, "Cause I got fucking sisters. That's why." How you gonna hit somebody that never did nothing to you? Cause she don't want to fuck you. She don't even know you. And so they was going back and forth, and something said, "Don't stop. Don't go over there and help him. Keep it moving, girl." So I kept walking. When I got up to there towards the Eastern Projects where the guys was, everybody, all the guys like, oh, like saying oh, because they thought the guy was going to beat me up and I was going to come back all beat up. So I made it home safely. After all that, them black men, and I ain't trying to be smart, they kept harassing me. They would come to my job and harass me. They would walk up and down the aisles loud and say, "Why don't she like black men? Why don't she like black men?" Like they would actually scream like that, like they was a nut. Seriously, and these are grown men. These ain't young boys. These are grown men doing this. Okay? Young boys wasn't bothering me as much as the grown men was. 30s and 40s, 50s on up. Okay, I was being harassed. That's one of the reasons why I quit my job. Okay, the Spanish, okay, Spanish men raped me, black men raped me, Spanish women was there. Spanish women's came there to watch me be raped with their husband, with their boyfriends, people that they're in a relationship with, people that they're married to. Everybody that came there to rape me, to drug me, or to watch me, or to molest me, or to see me be raped. These Spanish girls was there the whole time, watch me be raped. And it was only one white. I don't even remember one black girl, and that was the girl I told you about that left. The rest was Spanish people. So Spanish girls would come to my job and turn their nose up at me and be all jealous of me because their man raped me. So I guess that's supposed to be my fault. And they would come with their man that raped me. Their man would come by themselves that raped me, and everybody just kept start coming to the store and the black man was more the black men were bothering me more than anybody else. Everybody else was just like looking at me and saying, "Hi, what's up, mommy?" Like they didn't do nothing wrong. And then they be with their Spanish women and they be saying out loud. I'll hear them. I wouldn't hear what the Spanish women would say, but I would hear the Spanish man say, "That's because she got tight pussy. She got good tight pussy." And these are men saying this to these women. These are men that drugged and raped me, saying this to their wife, saying this to their girlfriend out loud in public. These people, when they drugged and raped me, nobody kept this a secret. This was being said in my store out loud in front of everybody. Okay? And things just got crazy and strange from here on that out. Ever since that happened, things been crazy and just strange and just weird. It was like I'm living in a twilight zone. And so I called the mayor's office. I spoke to uh, the mayor's secretary, which he said his name is Ricky. He's the mayor's secretary. So I spoke to him, and I told him what happened. And he told me, "Oh, the mayor just left." And then I would call again. "Oh, the mayor you missed him. You missed him. I keep you can't." Then it went to, "Oh, you ain't allowed to speak to the mayor." Why not? Everybody else speaks to him. oh, you got to call back. And it was just excuses after excuses. So I decided to write a letter to the mayor. So I wrote a professional letter to the mayor to the best of my knowledge, and for him to understand, and I'm pretty sure he did. And I explained everything in that letter to him, but what happened to me, how I was treated by the police and the detectives, how nothing was never done, how nobody ever called me back. I called the district attorney and left several messages. I called Internal Affairs and left several messages. I went to legal aid, and the lady that was a secretary there told me they don't help with things like that. I can't speak to a lawyer about it. I was turned down there. Um, so I decided to write the mayor a letter. I got it notarized. I got it where only the mayor could sign and read the letter. I did everything I was supposed to do. And I told the mayor everything in that letter, and how these cops covered up the crime, and how this detective covered up the crime, and that's why they're not doing anything about it. And like I said everything in this letter. And so how I told him how, what was going on. So I called back and I got the guy Ricky. He gave me a long story how they never got my letter, and how he's gonna go look and see if the mail people got my letter, and call back. And I called back, oh, the mail people didn't get that letter, and like I was going through a whole lot of bullshit. And so I called the post office. They said they got the letter. And so I called back and I told the guy, the secretary Ricky, I said, I was just saying that to scare him, because I already knew at this time that News 8 wouldn't take my story. But I said, if you don't get that letter, I'm going to call News 8, and I'm going to let them know what's going on. Oh, here go the letter right here. Here go the letter right here, Sandra. We got it. We got it. Here go the letter right here. Here we go. We got it right here. So we got the letter. So he gets the letter, and he says, oh, we don't know what it said. And he said, no, here it goes. The mayor sent a letter to Internal Affairs. And he said, do you know where Internal Affairs is? He said, Internal Affairs at the York City Police Station. I said, why would the mayor send my letter to the York City Police Station when I just got finished saying to the mayor in a letter that they're covering up the crime that was committed against me, because they're involved in it some type of way. They have some type of involvement in this. And I explained to him about the lady and everything. So why would he do that? Oh, we don't know. We didn't read the letter. Da 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 da. So he told me, I'm going to get in touch with Internal Affairs. And I said that Internal Affairs is not going to call me back. I already got in touch with them. I already left them several messages. They're not gonna call you back. They're not gonna call me. They're not gonna help me. They're all involved in this in some type of way. They have some type of involvement. Either two cops is involved in this, and they're trying to cover it up for them. So he's like, if they don't call you back in 2 weeks, you call us back. Call back here. 2 weeks went by. They didn't call me back. Called them. Didn't get a hold of him. Kept calling. I finally got a hold of him. They didn't call me back. What? They didn't call you back? No. And I told you they wasn't going to call me back, because this is a cover-up. These two police officers, this detective, these people that's supposed to protect and serve me, has some type of involvement in this situation. That's why that cop car was there when I got there that day. So anyways, so he said, well, call, I'm going to call them and you call me back. Of course, nothing ever happened. It's the same bullshit, same story. Nobody answering the phone. Just the same shit. So this been going on. It's been 3 years since this was 3 years ago. Because May the 21st, 2019 was 3 years. And I called lawyers, and I was told by lawyers that it's been 2 years. You can't sue people now after 2 years. I know that's a lie. I found out that was all lies. I was told that I tried to call a lawyer out of town. I think I called the lawyer in Philly. Was it Maryland, Washington, somewhere? I called a lawyer that was not in Pennsylvania. I don't remember. And he said he can't take my case because I don't live where they live at. I live in Pennsylvania, and basically he was telling me so I don't know, some bullshit, and trying to find somebody in Pennsylvania. I'm telling him people in Pennsylvania won't take my case, because I was trying to look for a lawyer here and nobody would take my case. But guess what the lawyers in Pennsylvania would tell me? I would tell my story, and they would say, oh yeah, we heard about that. Or they would say, oh yeah, I know about that. Well, if you know I was drugged and raped at Cobblestone, you heard about it. Why won't you take my case? It's been 2 years. I said the only reason I said actually it hasn't been 2 years because I was calling lawyers when this happened to me. When I was trying to file charges, I was also calling lawyers too, and they was telling me it's been 2 years. I said it hasn't been 2 years. This just happened, and I kept telling these people that, and then they just didn't want to help me. They knew what was going on. So, anyways, I did everything I was supposed to do. I did everything I was supposed to do. Nobody would help me. So I changed my doctors because the people that drugged and raped me worked at the hospital that I was going to. So I changed my doctor to Strings Shrewsbury here in Pennsylvania. So I start telling that doctor what happened to me, and he told me blunt, just like this. And I have a witness because my witness was there when he said it. When I told him this whole story, and I told him more in this story than what I'm telling you. I just don't want to make this story too long. And he said, just like this, Sandra, it's a conspiracy against you. These people conspired against me. They gathered against me, and they drugged and raped me. And the York City Police and Detective Howard and other people in this county covered the crime up. I believe that the mayor of York at that time in 2016, the mayor at that time in this city, I believe, allegedly, one of her husband, her boyfriend, or somebody in her family allegedly was there, raped me too. And that's why the cover up was there. Allegedly, the two police officers was involved in me being raped. Whether they raped me or whether they didn't, they was involved. They was there. They knew about it. Allegedly, Detective Howard knew about this. Okay, they taped me. They taped me. They taped raping me. They taped all this. They they taped raping me. Allegedly, they taped drugging me too. And I remember one of the attorneys saying, "Do you?" It was a videotape at that place. I said, I'm not sure. It probably could have been, but I'm not sure if it was or not. I was drugged. I was out of it. Some things right now I still don't remember. Some people's face I don't remember. Some of the men, the black men that was raping me, I was trying to like look at their face so I could see if I remember how they look, and they kept putting their arm up and turning their face and covering their face up. So I'm assuming that's somebody that I know or I know of or I seen before, somebody that I know I can identify. The Spanish men, they wasn't covering up their face. The Spanish women, they wasn't covering up their face. These people, Spanish people, might have been some black people too. They was in the Santeria religion. Okay, the one woman is a godmother in the Santeria religion. She's a witch, and the one guy is in the Santeria religion. He's a sorcerer. So these people was wicked. They did voodoo on me. They cast spells on me. They did all kinds of wicked, evil, black magic on me before they raped me. And I was wondering what was going on with me. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what was happening. Every time I would go to this club, I would see this one guy, and I ask my kids, how does that guy look? And they thought I was just drunk or just acting stupid. I said, I can't see him. I could not see this guy. And my kids like, he's short, he's a midget man with a big head, he hurt. But I couldn't see him. All I could see was a tall figure man that was light skinned and looked Spanish. And I believe now the black magic they did on me, they made this midget guy look like that because they wanted me to, because I like the tall, like Puerto Rican man. This midget, I remember going, I don't know if this is, if I did this or if this is just, I was just fucked up. That's all I can tell you. I was fucked up. They did a number on me. These people did black magic on me. They did spells on me. These people put black magic. People put black magic in my steak before and my food. These people did all kinds of evil, wicked things to me before they raped me. And these people are continue on doing wicked, evil things to me, casting spells on me, and they never stop. And they're still doing this. And I've been going through some shit for the last 3 years. Some, well, longer than that actually, but I've been going through some shit for the last 3 years. These women, they're jealous of me. Um, they're jealous. They hate me. I can't go nowhere. Like I can't go to the stores. You know how you have corner stores and Spanish corner stores. I stopped going there eating because they would always put black magic in my food. I was possessed by the devil. I mean, all kinds of shit. This is not just drugging and raping me. This is wickedness. This is the wickedness is you can get that these people did to me. That these casting spells on me, still doing wicked shit to me. These women, I gotta, when I walk out my house, I gotta see these people that drugged and raped me. They live next door to me, okay? The girl, the Spanish girl and her husband that drugged and raped me, she was there. They live next door to me. Everywhere I go, because this is a little city, every store I go to, every dentist office I go to, I see these people that drugged and raped me. Everywhere I go, I see these police officers that covered it up. Okay, I'm just I have no peace where I'm at. No peace. I have to walk out the door and I have to deal with this because I have to live my life and I don't have the means to move to a different place or a different city. So right now I'm in college, and when I graduate from this college, I'm going to go to another college and get a grant and take up engineering architectural. And when I graduate from that, because I'm not sure if I want to get a bachelor degree or like a training or whatever. Um, but when I graduate from that, that's when I'm going to make my move and move out of the state of Pennsylvania, period, and move somewhere else. I want to move somewhere where it's a hot climate, where it's hot all the time. I'm thinking about Arizona. I keep saying Arizona, so that's where I think I'm gonna go. But I just wanted to put my story out there because I was getting like butterflies in my stomach today when I was watching Fatal Attraction and all that stuff on TV. And I was getting butterflies in my stomach, and something said, "Just put your story out there. Just put it on YouTube, and whoever listen. If they don't, that's okay." So I just want to put my story out there that and I heard people say, "Oh, she's beautiful. She'll be all right." Like these people drug and raped me because these people, men and women, was jealous of me. The man was mad because I didn't want to have sex with them, and the women was jealous of me. This was all over jealousy. And what's so weird and strange is I don't know these people. I ain't never messed with their man. I never messed with their husband. I never did anything wrong to any of these people. The only person that I know of is DJ Smash, and I don't only know him from in the 90s when he used to DJ at the Legion here where I live at, and that's how I know of him. I ain't never did anything wrong to him. I thought we was cool. He every time he see me, he say what's up. He give me a hug and everything. I don't know why these, and it wasn't like they see me at the bar and they decide to drug and rape me. These people allegedly had this plan for a couple years to do this to me. And every time they would try to do it, it would, for some reason, it would fail or it wouldn't happen. And it just got me thinking about a lot of things when I did go out and I woke up. I used to be thinking I was dreaming that, and I probably wasn't really dreaming. That shit probably really happened. I believe these people tried to drug and rape me before, and I fought them off because I don't know, for some reason my self-defense kicked in and I fought them off. And I think, and a person I was talking to said they drugged you so you couldn't fight them back, sissy, because I didn't mean to say my name, but oh well, fuck it. They fought you because because they knew that you was a fighter and you was going to fight them back, and that's why they drugged you so you couldn't fight back. And then I start remembering, shit, I thought the last time, I thought that was a dream. I thought I dreamt about fighting these people that was trying to rape me, but it probably wasn't even a fucking dream. It probably was real life, but I just didn't remember because of the, I don't know, because of the drugs or what, I don't know, because of the black magic, the voodoo. Like these people, like I have amnesia. I don't remember certain things. I was doing bad for a long time. I kept forgetting. Like, I would forget how to get home. So I would have to stand on the corner and just think about how to get home. I have kept my phone on me all the time. And I just had to think how to get home. And then my memory would come back and I would remember how to get home. Like, they fucked me up. And to this day, I forget every now and then, but it ain't as bad as it was. I was told that these people did spells on me to take away my memory. I don't know the name of the spell, but they did a spell so I can forget, to confuse me, to take away my memory. They did spells on me to make me slumber so I can feel sleepy and tired all the time. These people, I know for a fact, they possessed me by the devil. These people was putting, even after they drugged and raped me and I completely forgot, and after they got away with it, these people still was putting drugs in my, putting voodoo stuff in my drink, in my food that probably was drugs. These people, these women did not stop. These women hate me so much. That's how much these women hate me here in this city. That's how jealous they are of me. I was told they was jealous of me because I was beautiful. And I was told by women, you intimidate women. You intimidate people when you come in the bar. You intimidate people when they see you because you're so beautiful. I was told that people was jealous of me because I'm gifted. They was jealous of me because the way I walk. They was everything about me. These people were jealous of me. And I never did anything to these people. I was told somebody cast a spell on me, and I don't know what kind of spell it was, but it's just like ever since then, my life, I believe this started 2010 when the weird craziness started. And I believe, and ever since then, it's been crazy. It's been weird. It's been, I'm telling you, it's been weird. It's been crazy. It's been like supernatural things happening and not positive, negative shit that you would be like, nah, I don't believe in that. So I just come on here to tell my story, to let you know that um, there's a lot of bad cops in these small cities, and all these bad cops in these small cities and these bad detectives that made an oath to protect and serve, they're not protecting and serving. They're going around committing crimes with these felony people that they just got finished locking up for drugs, but you just was in on it with them drugging and raping me. This mayor of the mayor in 2016 that we had is all in on this. This is all a cover up that they did to me. I have no support. I have no help. I have nobody to care about me. My family never did care about me, so that's not nothing new. My mom, that's alone. My mom is jealous of me just like everybody else, but that's a different story. I don't want to get into that. Um, I have no support from people, even people that don't know me, even people on here, even people that never see me before get jealous of me and don't want to help me. I get negative feedback. People keep telling me to move on. Okay, you was assaulted. Now move on with your life. You gotta let it go, and just all kinds of ignorant, disrespectful things people say to me because they're jealous. And I know it's because of jealousy, because it always comes back to me that they're jealous because they are, oh, she's beautiful. They're jealous. These people don't want to help me because of jealousy. What does my face have to do with receiving justice for being drugged and raped? What does my face have to do with that? What does me being beautiful, as you say, have to do with that? I was drugged and raped. Okay, people committed a crime against me. People in high places, the mayor, the police, the detectives, Turno Fair, all them people that's supposed to protect me cover up this crime against me that I did nothing wrong to these people. And they cover up this crime against me, and everybody tries to make it like I'm the bad guy, like I did something wrong because the way I look, because I'm beautiful. And these people was going to rape me, they was going to drug me no matter what. This was going to happen, and there was nothing I can do about it. Nothing. So I'm on here to tell my story. Whether my story is going to go anywhere, whether people's going to listen to this, whether people's going to comment on it, I don't know, and I really don't. I mean, if they don't comment, they just don't comment. I'm used to negativity. I'm used to living around negativity. I'm used to people being jealous of me. I'm used to all this bullshit now. So, and I'm used to people not having my back and not listening to my story and not caring. I'm used to all that. So I'm not going to be upset if I don't get no likes on here, if nobody don't comment and nobody don't help me, or nobody reaches out to me, because I'm used to that, because it's been like that all my life. To be honest with you, I never had support from God or Jesus or spirits or anybody. So I'm used to this. So I'm not going to be crushed if somebody doesn't respond back to this page, or if somebody doesn't, if I don't get any type of help. I'm used to that. So now I didn't move on from this situation. I still stress out over it. I still cry over it. Um, I'm still I'm still stressed over it. I still cry over it sometimes. I still my heart is hardened now. I don't trust people like I used to. Um, like my whole attitude with people and the authority changed completely. I used to like the cops. I used to trust the cops. Now I don't trust no cops at all. I don't care what city it is. I don't trust you. I trust nobody now. Um, that did not change my mind about Puerto Rican men, because these people thought that I was going to change my mind. I was going to, I don't know what these people, I don't know what they was thinking. I don't know what the Spanish man was thinking, and I don't know what the black man was thinking, or the white man, whoever was involved in drugging and raping me. I don't know what they thought they was going to accomplish, but from my understanding, um, allegedly these people in this occult put me in this occult, and they got me bound to this occult, and I'm tied up and I can't get out of this occult, and they put me in there against my free will, and this female is holding facts and holding secrets about things. I know that, and I'm just bound and I can't get out of it, and I'm just looking for some help. That's all. Even if it's a prayer, I don't care who you pray to. Any That's your business who you pray to, but I'm just looking for maybe some. I'm looking for some help. I'm just trying to put my story out there, um, and that's all I can do right now, because I'm not over this yet. These people have never been arrested. Nothing never been done to them, and I like I said, I did everything I was supposed to do, and nobody's willing to help me. Everybody says the same thing: she's beautiful, you need to move on from this, you need to let it go. But if that would have happened to your family, your mom, your sister, your brother, or anybody that you cared about, you love, or even you'd be singing a different tune. So beware of what you say to people, and because this can come back and bite you in the ass, and this could happen to you. So I mean, I know this. I believe this happens. This type of thing probably happens every different places, but I'm talking about my situation right now, and I'm just on here to tell my story. I'm on here to tell my story, and that's what I'm on here to do. And that's all I'm on here to do, is to tell my story and let people put it out there that there are police officers and detectives that are felonies that don't care about people. If I was a white woman, these people would have been in jail. Okay, let's just keep that real. Okay, this city where I'm from always been a prejudiced city. But this is not just white people that did this. This is black people that did this too. So okay. So these cops don't deserve to have wear their badge. They don't deserve to wear their blue, and they don't deserve to be police officers. These detectives, all these people, the mayor, the mayor that used to be a mayor, all these people need to be in jail. All these people are felonies, including the women. And they also had a young girl at the bar when I was being drugged and raped. That was there. The one sorcerer guy that said the real religion brought his daughter at the time. I think his daughter was only like what, 16, 16 or 17. At the end of the day, she wasn't old enough to be in the bar, and she wasn't allowed to be in there and drinking, and she was even there. So I start to remember some of these people's faces. I know who some of these people are. I even wrote letters to the chief of police. I wrote letters to Detective Howard. I wrote letters to the mayor. I gave names out. I wrote names down. I wrote address down. I wrote phone numbers down. I did all that. They didn't even investigate this shit. And from my understanding, from one of the police officers told me, when I told him, they said that it's been 2 years, I can't do nothing about it. I can't sue them and I can't press charges. He said that's a lie. He said that's a lie. That's not true. He said that's not true. So he told me to go, go back down to the district attorney's office, and I said I'm not doing that. I did all that. I called there. They told me nothing they could do because the cops didn't file the charges. They just gave me the runaround. Nobody wants to help me, and I try to tell that person, that police officer, that nobody wants to help me. And this police officer tried to act like he didn't know nothing about it and know what's going on. Yes, you do, because you're at the York City Police Station. I told him, I know you done heard this story. Unless you coming from another city and you just now meeting people. I know you done heard this story. I done told the one police officer is a woman. Every police officer I come in contact with, I tell my story. Like when my alarm used to keep going off, the police would come here and I would tell my story. I'm not a felony. I don't be in trouble. I'm not destructive. I'm not on drugs. I don't cause trouble. I don't do nothing. I'm just a citizen just trying to live her life and meet a good Spanish man and get married and live my life and move out of York. That's all I was trying to do. And to this day, I'm still not having sex with nobody. But after that, I was raped. I was drugged and raped a couple times after the cobblestone thing. Yes, I was, by Spanish guys. Yup. After that, yes, I was. And that's why I stopped going out. I said I'm done going out because every time I go out, somebody drugs me. So I stopped going out. And I haven't been out in a very long time. And I sit in my house now and I drink my beer in my house and I don't go anywhere. Which before I didn't go anywhere either. But every time I would go out and try to, get this off of my mind after this happened, I would go out and try to get it off my mind and try to enjoy myself. I was drugged and raped by another Spanish guy, and then I was drugged and raped by this person's where I went at. And I'm like, damn, I'm done. I'm not going out. I don't even sit on my porch. I used to sit on my front porch and drink a lot. I don't even do that no more. Now I sit in my damn house and drink. So that's another story though. But the point is, I didn't receive justice. I didn't receive justice. These people still walking the street. These people are still harassing me, still bothering me. Every time I think it calmed down a little bit, it starts back up again. It's like I'm in a twilight zone. Like people just like really going crazy over me and fighting over me, men, and acting like I'm with them. And the one time I was walking home and the Spanish guy rolled up and said, "Get home," told me to go home. Go home now, like me and him was in a relationship, like I was with him or something, and I cussed him out. And I don't even know this guy. Never seen him before in my life. The only thing I could think of is he was one of the ones that drugged and raped me. I don't know what's going on with these people up here in where I live at. And all the females are jealous of me. Everyone last of them hate me. Everyone last them. The black women hate me too. All of them. It don't matter what color. They all jealous. Everybody conspired against me in this fucking city. Okay, and I'm just ready just to bounce. And if I had enough money, I would just bounce out the city real quick. I would get away from all these people, and I would get away from family members, which never cared about me anyway, so they ain't nothing new. And I would just leave. Okay, I would just be out. Be out. And as far as my boys, they can't do nothing about it. My boys never been in trouble. They ain't felonies or nothing. What can they do? They can't do nothing about it. So basically, I have no support. The community is not supporting me. Nobody support me. Nobody is willing to help me. Everybody's too jealous to help me. It's not that they're scared. They're not scared. They're jealous. This is all about jealousy. So I'm just on here to tell my story, and that's what I'm on here to do. And one day, when I move out of the city and I move to Arizona or wherever I move to, I'm going to get a program when I graduate, and I'm going to put a program together, and I'm going to tell my story to help other women and other men and other people and the kids when justice had not been served. I want to get a thing together where I help people when justice had not been served. I want to help people to get justice for I want to help the victims get justice for the crime that was committed against them. So I really want to do that. When I graduate and I get enough money or however you do it and I move out of the city, I'm going to open up some type of program where I'm going to help not just women, anybody that's been raped and drugged, anybody that's been assaulted. I'm going to come up with a program to help to fight the crooked cops and the crooked detectives that's not doing their job, that's um, involved in this and covering it up, in the crooked mayor. I want to get a program together. So if you know any programs out there like that that can help me, I appreciate it. But I'm going to do that one day. I'm going to do that. I don't believe I'm ever going to get justice for this. I don't believe that. I don't believe it. I don't think anybody's ever going to do anything about it. But you never know. So I'm not on here to get, I'm not on here to get what you young people call it clouts or be a star or be a celebrity. I'm just on here to tell my story of what happened to me. And maybe the right person will hear this story and listen, and the right person will help me and assist me in any way that they could, because I'm a caring, giving person. And that's all I did all my life. And this is what I get for it in return. And I never asked for anything. So I'm not saying I do stuff for people and I ask for stuff. No. Shit, nobody out here and where I live at say anything bad about me, because I never I don't I'm a giving, caring person. I take the shirt off my back for people, and this is how they repay me. And the people that's jealous of me and my enemies, you just saying that because you jealous. I have a lot of enemies. I have new enemies. Like, people hate me when they see me, seriously, and I do nothing. And it ain't like I be dressing all sexy and showing everything. And I don't dress like that. When I'm home, I don't dress like that. When I go to the store, I dress regularly. And it don't have nothing to do with the way you dress. I'm not saying that, but nobody can say that I deserve that. I didn't deserve that from none of these people. I did not deserve that. I did not bother nobody. I did not do anything to deserve for these people to do this to me. So if you would like to leave a comment, you can leave a comment. But I just want to get my story out there, and you can leave a comment at any time. This page is not about liking it and thumbsing it up. This page is not about describing to it. This page is just for me to get my story out there, and for people to, if you want to comment about what's going on in my story, if you know anybody that can help me with my situation, you can put it down on the comments at the bottom. Or if you just want to talk about, maybe you've been through this and you want to talk about your situation, I'm fine with that too. Anything to help me. I need encouragement. I need people that's going to have my back for once. I had everybody else's back. So please don't put no negative comments down there, no disrespectful comments. If you want to be disrespectful and negative and be jealous and be a hater, then just don't even comment on it. Just keep it moving, and just don't even listen to no more that I have to say. So I'd like to thank you for spending this time, because it's probably been like, 30 minutes I've been talking. But I thank you for spending this time and taking the time to listen to me. Because one day somebody's going to hear my story and something might be done about it. Or maybe I can help somebody else in this situation one day. So thank you, and have a good day.